And you step out and you're like,
I'm like,
this is like I walked into a movie.
This is like a fairy tale. There's the prince, I'm the princess, like, or whatever.
Yeah.
Just going up to the castle.
Hey guys, it's Ashley I here. I am joined with Jasmine today on this episode of Ashley I Spills the Tea. And cheers.
Cheers.
Are you ready
I'm
to
ready
start
to spill some
gossiping?
tea. I got a lot of tea, and you might get burned.
I think, First question, what are you tired of being asked? Because then I won't ask it.
I'm tired of being asked about choking Nick. I think, it started as something fun, and now it's turned into this crazy, like, I'm evil person. Why would I want to choke Nick? But it's kind of funny though, actually, when people ask me. And they actually have been asking me to choke them, which is weird. Like, girls will say, hey, can you take a picture of me choking me? And I'm like, okay, awkward, but all right, let's do it.
It's always good to have a bit
like,
because
whatever.
people ask me to cry with them. So I'm like, yeah, let's cry.
I'm like,
sure.
sure.
I'll cry. And Jasmine, do you know how many times in my life I've wanted to choke Nick in a non-sexual way?
Yeah, I think
almost every time I see him.
Did actually. I got a lot of feedback, like, telling me, you're not the only one that wanted to choke Nick, so I feel good.
Let's talk about Nicholas for a second. What did you think when you knew he was going to be your bachelor?
Okay, so when I did the interview weekend, they didn't know who it was going to be yet.
Right.
It was supposed to be, I guess, the three guys, Luke, Chase, or Robbie. So I was kind of just open to whoever. And then I get a call after, they told me, they picked me for the show. I get a call from one of the casting people. They're like, hey, you heard the announcement, it's Nick. Do you still want to do it? Because people are backing out.
Oh,
and I'm like,
my gosh.
Yeah, I guess. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, Nick, I heard he was older, 36. And, I'm like, he's good looking from what I saw in Paradise. I was like, why not? Didn't really know much about, like, his past.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, why not? Yeah, sure, I'm still in. Like, why are people backing out?
That's really, really interesting. I think a lot of girls are probably hoping and praying it was going to be Luke, and maybe those girls are not really into the Nick type.
I think so. I think they cast a lot of young girls maybe too, and girls that just were looking forward to the three boys and not even thinking Nick was on the radar.
Tell them all about the feelings when you pull up in the limo.
I kind of knew, like, okay, you're gonna have this moment, you can have the limo, but I didn't expect, like, all, like, the lights and the cameras and things like that, because I was just in the hotel for like 3 days, just chilling, meeting the producers. And you're in this limo and I see Nick just standing there, we're pulling up, I'm like, holy crap, like, this is really about to happen. I'm like, no. And then you step out and just, like, lights everywhere. I was like, what the hell is going on? Just, like, awkward, but, like, you're so excited. And I was just like, wow, this could be the guy that I'm gonna fall in love with. But it was just really nerve-wracking.
You pull up, it's the most surreal experience of your life, because for me, I was watching that whole image, that whole house, and everything that went down in it for, like, probably about 5 years before I was on the show.
So you get an idea.
And you step out and you're like,
and like,
this is like I walked into a movie. I walked into
That's what
a
I felt
Disney
like.
movie.
Exactly what I felt like.
Yes.
I was like, this is like a fairy tale. There's the prince, I'm the princess, like, or whatever.
Yeah.
Just going up to the castle.
That first night is a night where you're not only checking out The Bachelor, you're also checking out your competition.
Yeah.
And for me, immediately, I was like, okay, I'm basically threatened by half of these girls. I'm like, 100%. Half of them are probably prettier than me, and I'm freaking out. And I immediately knew that Caitlyn and Britt were two that I was really gonna have to watch out for.
Yeah.
Who did you think?
I walked in and, I had the most confidence in the world. I was a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. I was like, I got this, like, what? Walk in and I'm like, oh my God, these girls are so pretty and they're so skinny and like, what did I get myself into? But when I'm looking around, for me, I didn't think Vanessa was gonna win from just the night one, watching night one. I really thought Danielle L was gonna, like, win the whole thing.
Okay.
And I don't know what it was. It was just the way, I guess, he looked at her, like, that night, and even continuing on, it was just like, okay, she's definitely gonna, win, whatever. So I definitely thought she was gonna make it to me. I didn't see Raven making it, like, to the end at all.
Me neither.
Nothing against her. It was just like, I just didn't see, like, it happening.
Doesn't seem like Nick's type to me.
Yeah,
Still don't really get it. I love her as a
all.
person from what I see.
So I don't know where the switch happened, but yeah, I thought Danielle was gonna take the thing.
This is a difficult question, but it's a good one. Do you think that Nick really wanted to give Rachel that first impression rose, or do you think that that was a move in order to make her positioned to be the next Bachelor?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. That night, I didn't get to speak to Rachel that night at all in the beginning. I didn't even know who she was. Like, everyone's all over the place, So I didn't get to talk to her. So when she gave the rose, I was like, who the hell is Rachel? Like, and then they were like, oh, it's the black girl, that girl. And I was like, oh, okay. In my head, I'm thinking, okay, maybe at first I'm like, they're giving it to a black girl because, you know, they have to. Like, it's never been done. Like, Nick said the season was going to be crazy. He's got to do something. You know, that's what I was thinking right off the back. I was like, oh, okay, like, I get it. It's never been done. Somebody's got to get it. Black girl's got to get it. But then after, like, speaking to Rachel, like, days later, I was like, oh, it makes sense. Like, she's awesome, and I see why he gave it to her. But
I can also see where it being super authentic. I see it being super authentic, but I can also see it being a produced move.
And that's what I thought at first. I was like, in my head I was like, I didn't, because I just saw the connections with like other girls that he looked at other people. I'm like, okay, maybe why didn't that girl get it?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe did the producers push him to give it to her at first?
Yeah.
But then like weeks later I was like, that makes sense.
When did you start to feel like Vanessa was getting a frontrunner position?
Oh wow. Well, when she got the one-on-one date first of all in Mansion, I was like, okay. Usually the people that get one-on-ones, it made sense.
Did you know?
Want to make it towards the end? But.
Did you know that for like the past couple seasons, the person who has the one-on-one during week 3
always wins.
Is the winner?
Shut up, really?
Is that just coincidence? Or is that production knowing the favorites and placing them on that strategic week?
And she had the third one?
Yep.
Oh, she did. Wow.
I know.
Interesting.
I know. You told me, I think, that you said that if Vanessa was in the room, that his eyes were always on her.
Yeah, he would definitely like, at first it was always Danielle. Like, it was like, he would always look at Danielle. Like, even when he's just talking to someone, he'll just like look at Danielle. I'm like, what do you look like? Because I would always be next to Danielle, that's my best friend. I'm like, why is he staring at her like that? I'm like, what? Awkward, Nick, stop, you look like a creep. But yeah, and then like it started changing. He would just always like look at her and just like, anytime he walked into the room, it's like, Vanessa. So you kind of like knew. I was like, she's gonna win. She never did anything wrong.
She never did anything wrong.
Please.
Is there a moment that was aired that was completely different, or that you at least wish wasn't aired, other than the Chokia, of course?
Yeah.
Which made you famous.
I don't even, that, maybe not with me. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happened with other people that I was around that I wish they would have shown, or
give it. What happened in Bimini? What happened in Bimini?
Oh God, well, I wasn't there for that, but I was there for Wisconsin. It was
what happened?
I just saw that in Wisconsin. I'm like,
what happened in Wisconsin?
Oh my God. See, that's the thing. They don't show what happened.
Wait, were you there?
Yes.
Yeah. So what happened?
In Wisconsin, I think, you know, that's when like girls were getting really like, you know, feelings starting to get involved, and girls getting one-on-one dates, and people are getting upset. You know, they haven't had they had the one-on-one, like Vanessa had one-on-one in the Mansion. She hasn't had any like time since. So, you know, you start to go crazy. She's starting to go crazy. Like, what? I haven't had a one-on-one. Danielle L gets one. Well, anyway, they were best friends. They were all like best friends in the beginning. Yeah, Taylor, Danielle, Danielle M, and Vanessa were all good friends. Somehow, Danielle L gets the one-on-one, and like everything changed from that moment. It was like, boom, it's over. You know, it started from like picking the rooms. It was like, hey guys, do you want Danielle to stay with you guys? Like, I don't know how close you guys are. No, we're gonna stay in this room by ourselves. And I was like, okay, well, Danielle could stay with me then in this room. I don't really give a damn. It's just the bed, like, doesn't matter. And then, like, Danielle goes on a date. She comes back. There's like all this drama. Vanessa, like, starts talking about how like Danielle L is fake and she's not really here for the right reasons. And she reminds him of Kayla. I don't know why, like Kayla's fake, I guess, whatever. And so, anyway, basically, somebody tells Danielle what happened. Danielle's pissed. She's like, wants to have a conversation with them. We're in the kitchen, right? Everyone's cooking food. They're filming us. I'm just trying to find the Bacardi bottle, right? Because I'm trying to make a mojito. Because I'm just like, damn, you know, there's nothing to do. Let's drink. And I'm like in the scene, and I'm asking, like, can I leave it? Like, no, you have to stay right there because we're already filming the scene, right? You have to stay. I'm like, what the? So I'm just like, okay, like playing with the bread, like not sure what to do. Danielle comes in, she's like, can I talk to you girls, please? And they like literally go, no, when I'm done cooking, I'll talk to you. Like the like so rude and nasty. And that's when like when Vanessa did that, it wasn't towards me, but I just felt like that's not okay. Like you can't talk to people like that. Like she's supposed to be your friend, and two, she just wants to have a conversation with you. They all were just Taylor, Danielle, and Vanessa just cooking away their food, and they're like, when we're done, we'll talk to you. And I'm like, and you know Taylor's face. You just imagine Taylor going like,
I can't with that stink face.
And I'm just like, can I get the Bacardi bottle? Danielle's just like, I'm like, Dan, you need to like, you know, say something back to these girls. They're like freaking being rude to you. And she's just like, So they go out there and have this whole conversation about talking to each other, and like Vanessa's basically telling her like, this is what she feels about her, not being fake and all this stuff. And it's just like, it blew up, and it was like total argument, but like they don't show any of it, and I just wish they kind of did. But
It's so good when
it's just like little
you're
things
not
like that.
involved. You're like, I love to watch this, but
And, like,
please don't talk to me.
Yeah, and it's like I don't have a problem with these girls now. Like, I mean, we moved on, life's over, but it's just
Life's over.
that life is over. But it's just, you know, I didn't like that.
You have spilled some magnificent tea. Would you like to pick it up with one of my tissues from my new tissue box? Why am I crying, Ashley?
Of course.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll tap. I'm a little sweaty.
Yeah, me too. Thanks so much to Jasmine for joining us here on Ashley I's Tea Time. You spilled some great tea. We appreciate it. Please come back.
Thanks for having me. I definitely will be back.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Click left to watch Ashley I and Chad, who tells us what it's like to be a villain on reality TV. Or click right to watch Ashley I and Chase talk about his Bachelor family roommates.